guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to share today's look with you guys. This is absolutely my favorite tutorial that I have ever done, and it is also inspired by one of my favorite movies called The Neon Demon, which is directed by Nicholas Refn. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. You guys might be familiar with his work. He was also the director for Drive, and he does some amazing work. This film came out earlier this year, and it's definitely a little out there and different. It's kind of an avant-garde film because it is supposed to be about like the fashion industry, but I absolutely loved it. The cinematography is the most beautiful work of art I have ever seen in a film. It is so beautiful. It's such a stunning film to watch. If you're really into that kind of thing, which I am, cinematography is really important to me with film. So if you are really into that, I highly recommend watching it. But anyways, this is the makeup in the opening scene of the film on Elle Fanning. She's doing like a amateur photo shoot, building up her model portfolio, and it was this really cool like bloody from the neck down and then super beautiful jeweled up makeup. So yeah, I thought it was absolutely beautiful and thought it would make a really fun Halloween look. And before we get started on the tutorial, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up down below if you like this video. And if you want to know how to recreate this look, keep on watching. Hi guys, so I'm not going to show you my entire face routine, but I'm just going to show you the products that I use. So for my foundation, I use the MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof and the Real Technique Sponge. I concealed with my Studio Fix Perfecting Stick, and I baked with my Ben Nye Translucent Powder. And then for my blush, I'm going to be using the shade Pamplemousse from the Becca Cosmetics x Jaclyn Hill Champagne Glow Face Palette. I'm going to apply a good amount of that to my entire cheekbone and then blend a little bit above my temples on my forehead. And there's a lot of tones in her blush, so I'm using a couple different shades. The next one I'm going to go in with is Hervana from Benefit. This is a more cool pink toned blush. And then I'm going to add this peachy blush, Rockateur, also from Benefit, just to the backs of the cheekbones. And I'm just going to take my Smashbox fan brush and wipe away that baking that we did. And baking isn't necessary, but it gives you that really smooth finish to the skin. And then to add a really nice glow to the skin, I'm taking this liquid illuminator called Girl Meets Pearl from Benefit. I love this. It really creates the most beautiful pearly sheen on the skin. I'm just warming that up with my hands and then pressing it all over. And then I like to go back in with my sponge and just lightly tap over things just to blend them and soften the look. And for a little bit more highlighting, I'm using this cream color base from MAC in the shade Luna. And I'm going to apply that to the high points of my face. So to the cheekbones, I'll apply it right above my brow bone as well. I wanted really glowy skin, almost very ethereal looking and almost fake. And then I'm just doing that same technique with the sponge to blend it all in. Alright, for some last highlighting action, I'm going in with this Matte Baked Radiance highlighter from Laura Mercier. And then I just want to mattify a few target areas, so I'm using this Studio Fix loose powder from MAC. And then for a little bit more blush, because she has really pink cheeks, I'm going in with this shadow blush from MAC in the shade Saucy Miss. This is super pigmented. Alright, to start the eyes, I already primed them. I'm just going to set them using this bone shade, and this is the 35B palette from Morphe Brushes. And I'm just using a 224 brush from MAC to apply that all over. And then I'm going in with the matte white under the brow bone. gonna take this pink shade and the 224 and start to blend that in the crease. See Ranger making a little appearance there, her little tail, so cute. So I'm going in with a light lavender shade and just sweeping that back and forth in the crease just to add some depth. And then this is the Electric palette from Urban Decay. I'm going to mix that pink and purple shade together. And I'm using the flat brush that it came with. And I'm going to start to define the crease. Normally I'm a blending freak, but in the picture it looked like her crease was super defined and not really as smoked out as I normally do it. So I'm leaving it a little bit more defined in this look. And then I'm just going back in with the 224 brush just to blend it out a little bit. But we still want it nice and defined. And then I'm going in with this light pink shade and I'm going to mix it in with that white shade in the corner. And I'm just going to pack that all over the lid. Alright, and I want a really defined lower lash line, and I'm going to make it pretty thick too. And I'm going to make it a little bit thicker in the center to give my eye more of that rounded out effect. And she does have a pretty small but thick wing liner, so I'm just going in with this eyeliner. I actually got it in my Ipsy bag. I think it's from Ico. I'll link it down below, but I really like it. It applies really nicely. And I went in a little bit thicker to give my eye more of that rounded out effect. I have very almond shaped eyes, but she has that very big doe-eyed effect. So I was trying to thicken up my line to give myself that same kind of look. And then I'm taking this matte cool tone brown in the shade Nuts for You from Morphe, and I am just smudging that under the black liner using a pencil brush. And then for the brows, we want a really natural but full brow, so I'm just brushing out my brow hairs into place, and I'm going to use the Dip Brow from Anastasia. I'm just starting out by underlining, and then I'll take the spoolie and brush that product through the brow. And then after I do that, I'll fill in and define it a little bit more. And I accidentally made this brow a lot thicker and darker than my other brow, but hey, it happens. And to add to that doll-eyed effect, I'm going in with this highbrow pencil, and I'm going to line my inner waterline to give it that nice, bright, big-eyed effect. Now I'm using the Instacurl mascara from MAC. This really curls your lashes, so it's going to pull them nice and straight up. And for the lashes, I'm actually using these individual triplet lashes from Kiss. And these are awesome because you still get the effect of individual lashes, but they're a lot easier to apply because they're grouped up in threes. I'm going to apply 5 to the top of my lash line, and then I'll do 2 on the lower lash line. Okay, for the lip liner, I am using a kind of raspberry red tone. This one is super old, but Beat from MAC would be perfect. And I'm just gonna line my lips and then fill them in with this. And I'm using the NYX Butter Lipstick in the shade Thunderstorm. And then on top of that, I am using the Urban Decay lipstick in Big Bang. And the next part to this look is the jewels. I got these from Walmart. They were 97 cents, I'm pretty sure, for each set of them. And I thought she had jewels on her face. I think when I was looking at a picture last night, it turned out to be like sequins and jewels, but this will give you the same effect. And I'm gonna link a couple pictures of her makeup down below so you can see the placement of the jewels, but I tried to follow the variation in size to how it looked in the picture. So you can just follow along to what I'm doing here, or you can take a look at the pictures if you guys wanna get like the exact coloring down and all that jazz. Alright guys, and the makeup is done. It is time for the hair. I am not super skilled at hair and it took me so long to do this. I had to like redo it, I think like 3 or 4 times. Don't worry if you're not super skilled with hair, it's supposed to be a little messy anyways. Alright, so this is the best part. I am going to be applying fake blood, so I'm just covering my bando with this towel that I use to clean my makeup brushes off on. And I'm using this blood spray that I have, so I'm spraying it along my neck and I'm letting that fall down, and then she does have like some blood on her shoulders as well. And I wanted to get more of that darker, really bloody shade. The spray blood was reading just a little bit too thin and orangey to me, so I'm using my Makeup Forever Flash palette, and this is just a concealer brush, and I am going in with the red, the brown, and the black. I'm just kind of lightly dipping my brush in that, and then I'll kind of just mix it when it's on my neck, and I'm just kind of adding some shading and some more detailing with the paint. And then you just want to go back over that with the spray blood. And there you have it. Our look is done.